I want to talk about fear today because, quite frankly, it's something that has completely molded and changed my life once I realized what it was doing to me and how it actually benefited me. I grew up being told that fear is a bad thing. You shouldn't be afraid, you should be courageous. And in my line of work, growing up as a young man, starting his career out as a firefighter, I never really realized the difference between fear and courage. Quite frankly, when I learned it, it all of a sudden woke me up. It taught me something. And then I started to look into how fear molded my business life, my financial life, and why I am the successful person I am today. And I only say successful because, you can measure success in monetary terms by, how much money is in your bank account, what kind of cars you drive, and all that kind of stuff, how many houses you have. But really, success is defined as, did you try? So many people play it safe. Remember that movie Tin Cup with Kevin Costner? They're always talking about how he would always play it safe. He'd always lay it up. He'd just sort of get the ball right up in the right position on the green and then be able to get the easy shots. And he never went for it, never went for the gusto. When I don't remember how many years it was until, in my basic training as a firefighter, I was doing things that scared the piss out of me, quite frankly. I've never liked heights. They scare me like you wouldn't believe, like a holy cow. I get to the edge of a bridge and I just tighten up like it'd make you laugh. And I'm sure there's a lot of you that feel the same way. However, I found myself in emergency situations when someone's life was on the line. I never thought twice. Never, ever thought twice. I remember, being, 60 foot in the air on the end of the tip of a ladder truck, 80 foot. And as long as there was someone on the other end of that needed my help, or there was a fire that needed to be extinguished, I never thought of it. But when I was by myself and I would be up on the ladder, I would be thinking about it. And what I was told once was that courage is doing something that scares you, but you do it because you know you have to do it for either yourself or for someone else. When somebody isn't afraid of something, when you look at people that, do these death-defying feats like stuntmen or people like, Evel Knievel, and you go, wow, he's so brave. Those people aren't really afraid of what they do. They're tuned to be used to it. After a while, they just got used to it. The real courage is the someone that actually is afraid of something, but does it anyway for a greater purpose, either for themselves or for someone else. And what I learned was that fear also was an amazing motivator. Fear motivates every single one of you that are watching this video. Either you're afraid of what you're gonna look like in front of other people when you speak, so you work on your language or your linguistics. You care about your appearances because you're afraid of other people mocking or ridiculing you or not accepting you, so you work out in the gym or, do things with your hair. Look at that. Obviously, I'm not afraid of what people think of me. I got a goofy haircut. But, every single one of us is motivated by fear. We're afraid that we're not going to be able to survive, so we go to work to save money. We're afraid that, someday we may lose our job. That's why we have a big savings account. Fear can be a great motivator as long as it doesn't overtake you, because there's a fine line between what you're afraid of and, well, let's put it this way. If you never try, you'll never even have the opportunity to succeed. And I think that's very, very important for people to realize. You need to be able to try new things to see if it's going to work out or not. When I started this YouTube channel, I had no problem talking to people or talking to groups. I still get afraid, I get nervous talking to groups. But I never knew that my life would change just starting a YouTube channel, just talking into a camera and saying, good morning, how are you guys doing? I never thought that I would feel so fulfilled. Honestly, I went through years and years of being ridiculed by people when I would talk about my feelings or my thoughts, my goals, trying to help people. And now I can talk to millions and millions of people and help people. that is life changing. But at a certain point, I had to get over the fear of getting in front of a camera. And it was. If you go watch any of my early videos, I was like, hello, I'm, I'm, I still sort of do that, but you get the point. I want to encourage you to step out in faith. And it's faith in yourself to try something new. And as long as it's measurable, as long as you don't go big, it's you can't have that go big or go home, because you might lose it all and then you're really screwed. But really stepping out in small little ways and trying something different. It may be as small as, but it isn't. This isn't small. As going out to dinner by yourself or going to a movie theater by yourself. I know you think that, okay, yeah, I don't like that. That's not my thing. But what happens is once you're able to do that, you're like, I'm cool with this. I don't care what anyone thinks about me, because that's the fear of what people are going to think about you. Oh, look at that person, so sad, movie theater by themselves. And to be honest with you, when I see someone like that, I go, that guy's got some guts. That lady's got some guts. That's awesome. They don't care what other people think. Well, what happens is once you're okay with that, then that leads to trying something a little bigger, and then trying something a little bigger. Before you know it, you may find yourself at the tip of the world, on the top of the highest mountain on earth, going, wow, how did I get here? Well, you got here by trying something, and then trying something else, and then something else, and never being satisfied with just mediocre. Guys, I hope you got something out of this. I know I did, just being able to talk about it. Because, like I said, courage isn't doing something amazing that other people won't normally do. Courage is doing something that scares you, but you're doing it for the benefit of you or others. That's the true definition of courage. Hope you have a great day.